Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm filming a slightly more cultural video because you guys really enjoyed the last one, and I'm going to film the Uganda tag. I don't know if one exists, so I'm going to kind of just make it up as I go along, and I'm going to put the questions in the box below, and I'm going to encourage all of my fellow Ugandan YouTubers to join in and let's get this trending. So if you want to see some of my most favourite and some of the funniest things about being Ugandan and some of the best things, then keep watching. So the first question is, what is your favourite Ugandan food? Now, I've got lots of dishes that I like. Matoke, which is green bananas, binyewa, which is like a peanut stew. What else? Ensenene, which is grasshoppers. Yes, we eat grasshoppers. But I think my favourite Ugandan food or dish is katogo. And katogo is basically like a casserole, and it's got the green bananas in it, so the matoke, but they're whole. So what we do with matoke is we boil them, peel them, so peel off the skin, the green skin, boil it in a bag with holes in it, and then mash it up. So it's kind of like a mash type consistency almost. But with katogo, you leave the bananas just whole and you just cut them in half. You boil them in a stew with like tomatoes, curry powder, what we call mozigo, which is like butter basically. And you can either put in a type of meat or vegetables or beans if you like as well. But my grandma, bless her heart, she makes the best katogo, and she puts in something called ebienda, which I think is intestines. If it's not, I'm going to link what it actually is right there. And beef and vegetables, and it is so good. That's my favourite Ugandan dish, but my second favourite, if I'm allowed to have one as a snack, is grasshoppers, aka ensenene. And when you look at them, they're not like the most appealing things either, but they're really, really nice. So second is, what is your favourite Ugandan artist? I wouldn't really say I have a favourite artist. There's lots that I like, so Juliana, Radio and Weasel, Chameleon, the twins, who are actually UK based but from Uganda. Who else? Eddie Kenzo, he is like killing the game right now. He's totally representing for Uganda. Obsessions when they were still around, or Blue 3 when they were still around. I'm not really up to date with current artists, but I would say my favourite right now is Eddie Kenzo, and he is the artist who sung Sitialos, for those of you that know that song. Favourite Ugandan traditional wear? So I'm actually wearing something that's semi-traditional right now. So this was a dress that was made for me, that I wore at my cousin's Kwanjula, which is an introduction ceremony. It was made by my other cousin's wife. So I like things like this, which kind of have this sort of traditional style print, but are a bit more modern. I do like a busuti, or gomesi as we call it, but they're quite bulky and they don't really show your shape, so don't enjoy them so much. So I like traditional with a bit of a modern twist. So the next question is, what is your favourite Ugandan phrase? I would have to say my favourite phrase is, there's quite a few. There's like genderi, which is like get out of here. My cousin Marvin is actually really good at this because he comes out with some of the funniest stuff. I'd say it's like a sound, more a sound than a phrase, like which is basically like hey, like what are you doing kind of thing. It's like something that you'd use if you were like in a state of shock at what someone was doing or what someone said. So that would be my favourite. There's probably loads of others, but I just can't think of any off the top of my head. Oh, I also like Bambi. That's not a phrase so much. Bambi is like "aw" kind of thing. It's kind of like Bambi, so I quite like the correlation there. The next question is, what is the most annoying Ugandan phrase? I'd say the most annoying, and it's not a Ugandan word, it's actually an English word, but the Ugandans shorten this word a lot. So when you say to someone, congratulations, quite simple, you know, if somebody has done something really fantastic, or they've like just achieved something in life, or they've had something really good happen to them, you'd say congratulations, right? So Ugandans say kongs. That single-handedly is one of the most annoying things. Like, I find it so annoying. I'm like, I just see it written down and it makes me angry. And not that it takes away from whoever's wishing me or someone else congratulations, but I'm like, couldn't you just be bothered to write the rest of the, you know, 7 letters or whatever it is, just to congratulate that person properly? So kongs is the most annoying Ugandan phrase for me, but it's not actually a Ugandan word. Other annoying words might be like bus, which is what they do to, like, when you're little and you like hurt yourself, or you like fall over or whatever, your parents would say to you bus, which means, oh, they're there, kind of thing. And it was kind of like, well, they would say it, and a lot of the time, like. So the next question is, what is the best thing about being Ugandan? Now, I would say that whenever I tell people I'm Ugandan, the reaction I get, I think that's the best thing. Generally, if you are African, people will assume you're either Nigerian or Ghanaian. That's it. Like it's like no other countries within Africa exist. So when you tell people you're Uganda, they're like, oh, okay, you know, East Africa. Yes, East Africa does exist, people. I know we're on the equator, but we are actually there. So that's my favourite thing. I think it's not being from like one of the really popular countries, but, you know, still being respected as a people. And I think a lot of people that I've met have always said that they find that Ugandan people are quite humble and generally really nice, which I really like. The next question is, what is your least favourite thing about being Ugandan? For me, some of the traditions, I'll be honest, like some of them are just a bit long and unnecessary, and I think they come from a time where, from a woman's perspective, women were kind of seen as having a certain role in society. And to some of the traditions, much as I love them, and, you know, I'm here for like preserving traditions. I think that times have changed, so, you know, things have moved on slightly. So generally things like, you know, having to kneel if you're a female to greet your elders and your, you know, your male counterparts, like your siblings who are males, not having to do so. Or, you know, kind of, I don't know, just generally, it's normally things to do with women and women being treated as second-class citizens sometimes. Not, you know, not like that doesn't happen in other cultures, but that's kind of one of my least favourite things, I would say. So the next question is, who is a Ugandan person that really inspires you? So I would say, in terms of like famous people, I would say someone like Sylvia Awori. She is a Ugandan designer. We were lucky enough when we first went to Uganda to go to her store, and our dad bought us dresses from there for Christmas. So my other half is going to laugh at me when I say this because we have this running joke about, like, if you're like a top, like, you know, AF or Ugandan, that Sylvia Awori is generally probably your favourite designer who you wear. And I would say she is one of my favourite people because she's kind of flying the flag. And I'm sure there's like newer like designers out there and stuff, but she's one of my favourites. Then I would also say, in terms of people I know who I think truly represent Uganda, I would say one of them is my father-in-law to be, actually. He is so here for everything Ugandan, like he loves it. He organises events, sports days, sends out magazines, like he lives the culture. So he is like, you know, the epitome of what it is to be Ugandan, and really love it. So the next one is to name one significant or standout physical feature about Ugandans. Now, if we're talking about the women, I would say Ugandan women are known for having big bums. That's one thing that I've always heard from like males or females or everywhere I go. Like in Africa, like Ugandan women are just known to have big bums. So stand up to all my big butt ladies. For the men, I would say it's small heads. I can't tell you the number of Ugandan men I've come across with really small heads. And I don't know, small heads really creep me out, so it's something I really notice, but I notice it loads with like Ugandan men. And I'm sure they're not like the only men that have small heads, but that's just one thing I pick out. So the next question is, do you speak Luganda? Yes, I do speak Luganda. So the next question after that is, say a sentence in Luganda that summarises you. So for that, I would probably say, amanya gange nze Nodrin Lubega Damali Chiwanuka, neddira ngabi, taata wange ye Daudi Chiwanuka Lubega, mama wange ye Proscovia Ndagire Chiwanuka. So that's just me introducing who I am, my clan, my parents. Generally, you'd kind of go back and introduce who your grandparents are and that kind of thing. And it's something you're required to do, like if you're making a speech or if you're at an event, etc, etc. So I thought I'd just do that for you. Favourite Ugandan song? So my favourite Ugandan song is of like all time right now is Sitialos by Eddie Kenzo. But songs I really like were by the twins, who I mentioned earlier. One of their songs is Mudomo, which is I think it's a thing you'd like drink out of, because the beat is just so hard in that. And if Leonie, if you're watching this, I know you'll agree with me because she bloody loves that song as well. I like really old Ugandan music because I haven't heard much of the recent stuff. So when I go out there in July, I'm really gonna get back in touch. The next question is, what is your clan? So in Uganda, you say Wedirachi. So your clan is kind of the animal group that your family is represented by. So mine is Engabi, which is the bushbuck. It's kind of like an antelope, basically, I think, or it looks like one. Or like a deer. So that is my clan. So the next question is, who is your favourite Ugandan YouTuber? Now, I don't know, I literally know like 3 Ugandan YouTubers and I'm one of them. No, sorry, 4 and I'm one of them. So I would say my favourite, because I've met her in person, is Tabitha, Tabitha Lakes here on YouTube. And I'll link her channel down below because she is really sweet. She's just lovely, and I think she's been on here for a good long while as well. And my sister as well. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. I certainly enjoyed filming it. I thought I'd dress up for the occasion as well. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post lots of other videos about all things Uganda and being Ugandan. I have a growing up Ugandan video which is also on my channel, which got quite a lot of response from a lot of my friends and family as well. Follow me on Instagram. I am at StarWithSubstanceBlog on Instagram and at SWS Blog on Twitter, and I also have a Facebook page which is just Star With Substance Blog. Well, facebook.com/Star With Substance Blog. All of those will be linked in the description box below. I'm also on Snapchat and Pinterest, so I'll pop those details down there. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! My new love. This! So you guys probably know what this is, obviously. This is the YSL Black Opium Eau de Toilette. I got this as a leaving gift from my colleagues at my last workplace. And actually, one of my really good friends, Suki, I don't know if you're watching, hey. She actually picked this out because we went into Boots like a couple of weeks before and we were like spraying loads of perfumes, and I said that I really like this one. This was actually the one I went in to smell just to see what it smelled like, and she so kindly went back